All right, welcome, welcome. We are here for our July 2026 Coach Camp. We're going to go ahead and get started, let folks introduce themselves. I know we've got at least a few more people joining, and I am still getting over a sinus infection. So my voice sounds like Kermit the Frog, and I'm going to try to talk a lot less. I am going to rely on Pedro to lead this one once we get to it. Scott, if you'll introduce yourself, and then Christian would love to hear more about you.
Sure. I am Scott Mater. I am a coach based out of Texas, and I work with Coachdotme. I'm on the advisory panel, and help support some of the coaches and others there, as well as running my own coaching business and working with clients on time and money behaviors. Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay as Chris. I'm Chris, and I am kind of just starting now. For the past month, I've been trying to roll out, and I focus at the minute on the things that are close to me, which is life, my main certification, then longevity, and business for like a smaller counselors mainly, and maybe coaches as well that want to kind of start, make their own web, have it completely free and stuff like that. So I also help with those things along with focusing on their development, let's say. And I am in Spain, but I'm mainly working in the UK.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So we've got a little bit different agenda for this. We can absolutely, Christian, take questions if you've got areas that you want to explore. We love having new coaches getting started. But today we really want to let Pedro have the stage for a minute and share some of our coach content and activity feed improvements that began to be publicly live just this morning. They'd been in beta for a bit, but now they're starting to be pushed into the wild. And so, Pedro, let's take it away and share screen, and you show us um, kind of walk through maybe from the beginning, even though it might be a duplication for some folks. I think it'd be a great overview.
Sure. Thank you. Hi, Kendra, Scott, Chris, nice to meet you. Hi, Erno. I'm gonna share my screen here. I'll explain to give you a little bit of an intro. The coach content feature is something that we've been working for about maybe 1 month, a little bit more than a month, I think. And I've been testing it out in a beta program with a few coaches. I know as a part of that beta program, he gave us some great feedback on it. And now we're really happy to be going out of private beta and releasing this feature out in the wild for everyone to see. So the idea is to give coaches more visibility inside of our platform. We have the habit tracker, which is the main app that we have, where users can subscribe to their habits and keep track of their progress, basically. And you can also post questions inside of there's a small forum inside of each habit, where people can ask questions, and we have coaches constantly looking into that forum and answering questions, and users can look into can go into the into each habit, find coaches if they need if they're looking for help with that specific habit. And one of the things that we wanted to do to increase visibility for the coaches, so that they can be easily found by users, was to allow coaches to publish their content inside of these habits. We know that there's a huge overlap. Basically, almost every coach is a content creator as well. So we want to allow coaches to bring their content, the content that they post in other channels, for example, in social media, in their websites, and elsewhere, YouTube as well. We want to bring that content inside of Coachdotme, and basically not only for coaches, it's a great way to increase their visibility, and for users, ways to get more out of the app. They have qualified information from qualified people. That's the idea that we want for this feature. So this is the section that we have right now. We're still in beta because we're still trying it out. There might be some things that we change. We're still accepting feedback, but this is now open to everyone. All users are now able to view content posted by coaches who are part of the beta program. Not all coaches, only coaches part of the beta program can post the content right now. So, Chris, if you're interested, you can reach out to Kendra, Scott, and discuss and talk about it. We have Chris Devin joined us. He's also part of the beta program along with Erno. And I'm gonna open one of those from Erno here. This is an example of a video that he posted in the one priority habit. This is one of the content formats that we allow. This is a video with a post description. This will actually a suggestion from Erno to allow adding text content that going along with the video. So this is now available for everyone inside of the one priority habit. And one of the things that Chris and Erno did not see that we just published today was the fact that all this information is now available in the activity feed of the users. So now this is basically a revamp of the activity feed that we had before. We now color coded the activities that are available here. I'm going to show this is an example of Kendra just posted an article in set priorities for your day. So this is how it will appear for everyone who is subscribed to this habit or follows Kendra in the app. So it can happen in both cases. Users will be able to view that content. When I'm talking about following people, we now have this new button in here. Let's go to Erno's coach profile. We now have the follow this coach button right at the bottom. And now I'll be now that I'm following Erno, I'll be able to see his public activity, but also be able to follow to get notifications in my activity feed from posts that he adds in any habit. Since I'm following him, anytime he posts an article in any of the habits that he's subscribed to, that he's a part of, that he coaches on, I'll get a notification in my activity feed. If I'm not following him, but I'm part of a habit that he is a coach on, I'll see only the content that he posts on that specific habit. So this is how our new activity feed works. So you can see that now. If I'm now able to start to mark posts that I enjoyed. I can start a post. This is how it looks like in my activity feed. This is myself. This is my own view of my activity feed. But we have something called the public profile, which is what people who follow me would. Users can also follow other users. This is a feature that has existed for a while, but we're trying to fix a few issues that we had with it. But we're still working on it. But this is my public activity feed, so to speak. So people who, if I have friends in the app, this is what they would see if they also follow me. So it's also if I comment on a coach content, for example, the way that I commented here on Erno, if someone is following me, they will be able to see my interaction with Erno's content. So the idea is to make the content appear in many different places, in many different ways, to really spread the word around of of what our coaches are posting. So this is the main thing that I wanted to show. We're still working on it. We're still accepting. We're constantly accepting feedback on it. There's still a lot that we want to do. But the fact that we also updated a little bit of the layout, it's kind of like a message of about what's coming next. We want to revamp other areas of the web of the app as well, to make it more modern and improve the user experience of both our habit tracker users and for coaches.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
that's it.
Pedro, for for leading the way on that and running with. So I want to give Chris, I think, the original idea for how the nugget of how do we let coaches share content in a way, when we realized how how important the habit tracker is as being our front door. That is how most users begin. Most people join Coach.me from either the Android Play Store or the iOS store. And so, really recognizing that if that is our front door, and folks are wanting to explore their habits, they're wanting to move their habits in a positive direction. How do we encourage that, and how do we let folks know that there's a whole community of certified and experienced coaches that can help them in that journey and provide that connection in a natural, in an intuitive, not a forced or spammy kind of way. And so I love, Pedro, that you've brought this to life. You've taken it from an idea to a wireframe concept to now a live feature, and really finessing the details of how this gets implemented. And it brings us so much um, more in alignment with our goal of being a community, of being a positive community where folks that are interested in using behavior science and um, doing things in a sustainable way can come together. On one of our calls this week, we talked about it also being a safe place to scroll. And Erno, I want to credit you with really challenging all of us individually and as a company to think about um, content and social media, and how do we use it, and how do we make sure it's for the good, so to speak. And so we think the way that we've organized this delivers people content in a way that is in alignment with their own interests and goals. And it's a cool day. I'm very excited, Scott. You've shepherded this all along the way as well. And Danita, not with us, but behind the scenes, has shared, Dr. Danita Brown, lots of content, feedback and ideas as well. So I want to pick on Chris for a minute as the genesis of the idea. Is it mostly coming to life in a way that matches with how you saw it originally?
Yeah, it is. It looks great. It's, it's putting your kind of, personality onto your coaching. So instead of just having a name and like a written profile, you know, the big part of the coaching, especially with Coach Me, is because it's messaging more than calls. People don't really know who they're messaging. So getting to know that person through their content, if it's videos or some way of getting their philosophy across of how they coach, is I think, a much better way of marketing and advertising yourself than just a static profile. So
Love it, love it. And Erno, as our one of our balancing mechanisms, one of our thoughtful. I love the role that you play about just making sure we're thoughtful about everything that we do. Does it feel aligned to you?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It is, Of course, it is a work in progress, but the progress is really going well. I mean, of course, Chris and I, for sure, I'm not sure others, but for both of us, we produce content and put it in here. So to be able to test it, so to see how does this work? How does it work on the web? How does it work on the app? How does a video work? Does adding text work? Stuff like that. So, and I mean, I think that's what we need, right? So you need people who are determined to create what we think is a good idea, and then we need people to test it and give hints and ideas of, oh, this is not how I thought it would be, or maybe this is a better idea. So I think it's great because the whole thing of getting content in the picture below the goal that you're following, instead of like having these outdated comments
Right.
of somebody like from 3 years ago, and they are probably not in that working not on that habit anymore. You don't know what it means. You try and maybe reply to a question, but it's been way old, stuff like that. So, and then when you post something, it goes to the bottom. You have no clue if anybody
Right.
sees what you're posting.
Right.
And now it's really visible. So I'm also curious, of course, how this is going to end up when like 50 coaches do this.
That's a
That's
great,
going to be the next step, right?
yeah. And so we're, to your point, we limited it very small. So right now there is no content moderation going on. There is not a review. So the review is the limiting the coaches that are able to post to coaches that have attended multiple training sessions, understand the vision for it, and frankly, we can trust to post content that's in alignment because we know that the coach is in alignment. So I would say starting maybe middle of next month, we'll start to invite a few more coaches. Um, the plan is to rework our coach memberships in the latter part of the year to delineate more of a choose your own adventure for coaches, so that coaches can really pick, do they want to be very active on the platform, and frankly we can limit the number of coaches that pick at that level, so that it doesn't become incredibly noisy, and the value um, can still be there. So I think that's an excellent point. It lets us really go after a diversity of coaches in terms of what the focus area is. We had some great diversity right out of the gate, with everybody kind of in a different um, corner of coaching, so to speak. So we had some of that built in. Of course, we want to continue to expand that, but the slow rollout is intentional, so that we can be getting feedback and experimenting all along the way without some of the risks that sometimes come with new features. So great points. Christian, I want to pick on you for a little bit as kind of the new person in the room. What's initial thoughts or feedback? Would you find something like this valuable? What's your take?
Absolutely. It seems quite interesting, and I'm just like writing down here to make sure I'm checking it out afterwards. So it sounds quite exciting and like something I'm hopefully gonna do.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So Pedro, the next, I don't want to commit you too much because I know we've still got loose ends, but pretty high on the list is the directory page. I know that's been Pedro is a design guy at heart. He may pretend to be a developer, but he's a design guy, and I know the directory page offends his sensibilities. So he wants to get that fixed. And then more of the connecting to the find my friends and the ability to build those connections. Would you say those are high on the list as well?
Yeah. As for commitment, I would expect that by next week we have another meeting. We have weekly meetings on Wednesday morning. So by next week, I want to be able to demo at least an initial draft of what an updated coach directory would look like. This is something that's been long overdue. It's a really old layout, and there are some things that we can improve in the functionality as well, like the like in the search. We want to improve basically the term matching in the search. We want to be able to include the coach content in the search as well. So everything that is posted on coach content can be used by people who are searching for specific topics, a specific area, specific subject. And parallel to that, it brings us also to the coach profile page as well, which we want to include this coach content in there as well. This was one of the feedbacks in the beta program as well, that we have not included it yet in this public release, but we will be slowly rolling out. So coach directory and coach profile are next on our list, but also the find a friends function is something that also needs attention has been needing attention for a while. And now that we have a new activity feed, it makes sense to go to that feature and really get in a good working state, and encourage people to interact with themselves, not only in the habits in the form of questions, like Erno said. There are lots of outdated questions. You don't know what's the status of it, if people are still interested in that habit or not. But if we encourage more social features in the app, I'm sure it would be great. Yeah.
God, I want you posted something in the chat, but I'd love for you to chime in. I'm thinking to myself, the good news is we've existed since 2012. The bad news is we've existed since 2012, so.
It's the beauty of development. We start adding one thing and it's immediately like, oh, well, that makes this other thing look really bad. Let's go fix that thing. Oh, wait, now this other thing looks terrible. Let's go fix that thing. It's a never ending process. Poor Pedro. It's like every time he fixes something, we're like, well, now.
I think we secretly love it, though. We've
Oh
found
no, we do. That's how you improve.
We've found our tribe of folks that love this.
But I agree with
Yeah.
Pedro. The search features are obviously need improvement because there's still weird, quirky things that don't work right. So if we can get that working right, again, all of this synergy is together to try to help the user experience, but also highlight how they can get help, including coaching, not only coaching, but including coaching. And previously it was like the coaching part was almost hidden over here in the corner, and you kind of had to stumble across it. It's like, well, no, that's a really important part of what we offer, so let's make sure it's more front and center. So that's really what the goal of all of this is. So find a friend's really part of that, and the coach page is part of that. So
just on that, I'm going to add more to Pedro's workload.
To-do list.
Unfortunately, it's already on the to-do list. I'm just going to remind him on the to-do list. When you go to the find a coach page, and you go all the way down to the top productivity coaches, top mindfulness coaches, top fitness coaches. When you click on the profile picture, it still comes up blank when you go through to the profile page.
Yes. This is it's on my to-do list. You can expect an update on this still this week. I'm gonna work on some fixes on other areas as well, so I'll be sure to include this.
Yeah, I know we're adding new things to it, but it'd be good to get the old things that haven't been fixed done first. I'm not doing the work, so I feel a bit
no, don't worry.
A bit mean asking, but that one has been like that for a long time, and it's kind of the first. I assume the first page that people kind of go to, they see that, oh, click on there and it's blank. So
perfect. Yeah, we'll get on to that for sure.
Thank you,
Also,
Pedro.
yeah, Erno also sent me a message highlighting another issue, which is when every post has a public page as well. This is something it's important for me also to highlight here. Every post in the coach content area has a public, what we call permalink, like in the WordPress space. So people outside of the app can access it as well, and potentially sign into the app based on the interest that they picked up from that content. That public page shows up a header that even if you're logged into the app, it shows up as a sign up button. Is something that I'll fix it. So yeah, I add it to my list. So
So,
it's just an
so I can
opportunity to talk about it. Yeah, sure.
so I can get that right. So if I put content onto Coach Me, can I use that link then to my social media so people come
Yeah.
back to the?
That was the
Yes,
whole idea.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
Erno, I wasn't listening to you, so
Yeah, it goes both
Sorry.
ways. It goes both ways. They could stumble across it and find that page and then find the app. You could share that page and people would come to it that way. Either way. It's
And the referral code is baked in, right,
The
Pedro?
referral code is
If
baked
they
in.
share that link and somebody signs up, you automatically get credit with the referral code. It's baked in.
right. So
Yep.
when you say they sign up to any habit in
If they hired any coach from there, you would get the referral portion. I mean,
Yep.
we'd like to think they'd most likely hire you, but
Yeah.
even if they
Yeah,
use that
yeah.
link to hire another coach,
You'd
then
still
you would
get the
get the
referral.
referral portion of that.
Right. I'm starting to understand it now. Good. Give me a few weeks.
And if they signed up for you, remember, because it has your referral code and it's counted as a new sign up coming in from outside, it's a different structure on that too.
So is it so if I start using the link through social media, or as Scott said, people could just find it organically through search, would you know, is there keywords that should be used that make it more searchable or anything like that? Because I'm just putting out content out to see, but is there a way that makes it more searchable?
I don't have off the top of my head any SEO recommendations yet, but this is a great question that I'll certainly investigate, because now that you mentioned about sharing the link in other places, one of the things that we want to be careful with is also being able to, when you share that link on Facebook, on Twitter, or any other social media, that that platform can load your content as a card, like the specific, like the well formatted card, like with the featured image, with the post title and a post excerpt, in a way that looks beautiful in other places as well. This is called, I think it's the Open Graph standard, something like that, with certain attributes that are standard in social media. So we want to follow these standards as well. This is a way for us to play well with other platforms, but about using certain keywords, certain subjects. I'm not sure yet, but I'll certainly take a look at how we can structure it. If there's any other thing that we can offer as to be editable in the page. In the past, it used to be only like meta tags, the keywords description that would be hidden in the header of the page that we would allow people to edit. But anything that we can add to the page that you can edit, that you can change to be to improve discoverability of your content, we'll certainly add. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
And
Like, for example, sorry, Kendra, can I, if I in everything put Coach.me somewhere in the description or anything like that, do you think would be discoverable? They're not. I'm just trying to think of ways of people finding it.
I'm not sure, but one of the things that we have not implemented yet, but that we are going to add for this specific feature is to update our sitemap constantly to include all these links, all these public links to make sure they are indexed by search providers. And we also give
Well,
it a weight and an update. Yeah.
and part of the reason we rank so high currently is because of those community features that created all of that content, over a decade and a half of doing that. So Coach.me in traditional SEO and frankly in I'm going
AI.
to get it wrong, GEO, the basically the optimization within AI related tools. Um, when I would say 8 out of 10 coach match calls that I'm in, when I ask somebody how did you hear about us, they say I asked ChatGPT or I asked
Mm,
Claude about coaching and you came up. So I think some of those the longevity, right, of
mm,
the platform, of the domain, of the content. Um, so I would even, Chris, I would recommend, and maybe we could even highlight it again soon, and maybe we could do it quarterly in addition to annually, the trends report that we put out that shows the most active goals and the most active, um, yes, we are absolutely going to um, begin even more efforts to add to the users that are joining us and working with us, but there is already inflow every single month of folks that are coming from the habit trackers and using it and using the data that we do have on the most popular habits and goals. I think is um, where I would point you, as opposed to attracting new people. Focus on the people that are already here and serving them well, because if they're already here, they already know habits matter. They've got a little bit of warming up in terms of being a good client. Um, so I would say let's focus
Mm,
our for coaches, focus your marketing on the folks that are already here,
mm,
and letting them get to know you. And then absolutely we've got a we've got a team member joining soon. We've got some initiatives in the works to really begin I will say January or December going into January will be the um, significant ramp up of the marketing campaign, but we will be doing things all throughout the fall to experiment and get ready for that so that we can deploy that in what we think is the most strategic way.
yeah, because at the moment, I think, sorry, I know you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
At the moment, you're right. Every time I search for a like accountability coach, habit coach, Coach.me always comes up in the top three every time I search. And it'd be a shame not to make the most of that opportunity while it's there before new people come in and start ranking higher. So
Yeah, I feel this is also kind of like a shift from, let's say, a year ago, where the message was market to the people that you know, and then drive them to Coach Me, because the bigger chance that you will get clients is because through your own network. And
Sure.
now it shifts to, okay, market to the people who are on Coach Me, because we are getting a good influx of people on Coach Me, and showing those good coaches is there. So in relationship to that, because the question that I'm having for like 10 minutes now is, if you go to the Coach Me, the coach overview, right? How you call this, the directory, then you get these top picks of on the people there. And it doesn't matter if even if you just use a search, you get like four people or something on a search term. But the one thing that I'm wondering about, if we could, if something like this would be possible, is because I would be happy to use a coach who's active now, who's
Right.
really active in his work. And right now, you can only look at it through the way that the testimonials are built. And for example, if I look at my own profile, my last testimony is from November, I wasn't looking at it. I was looking at the various testimonials from other people looking at, for example, the fitness category and or was it the business category that I looked for? And you see people who have like testimonials from long. I have no clue if this coach is still active right now or
Yeah,
not.
and that's
And
why
then
that's next on Pedro's list is
yeah,
the
and then
whole
you get
algorithm.
the
Yeah,
blank thing because then you have a
yeah,
page with no
yeah, yeah. That's next on the
program,
list.
and you go
Yeah,
like, okay, is he still active? I have no, or she, I don't know right now. So
Yeah.
I think if you have like something like, are they actively coaching clients right now, even if the last testimonial was like half a year ago or even a year ago,
right,
because they are actively coaching clients for a
right.
longer period of time? How could we make this visible? I
What
think that was something I was looking for because I would like a coach who's involved right now, right?
Sure.
the issue with that though is there are periods when I don't have anyone through Coach.me, but I'm coaching.
Right.
And if it's just showing if you've got active clients through Coach.me, that is not necessarily saying you're not active. It's just
We'll
But
we'll come up
Correct.
yeah,
we'll come up with a way. Pedro's got some ideas. Scott's got
Good.
some ideas. And I think the first is to do a first version to fix some of the blank screens that Chris is talking about.
Yeah.
That's number one. Then a redesign of the algorithm itself to put some more weight to recency as opposed to just cumulative. Um, and I think that would address some of what you're talking about, Chris, even if it's not even if we look at the last 90 days or 120 days, right? There's a way to still use some recency bias in our rankings of that. And then Scott's got some really significant ideas that we're mulling around on, um frankly, who all we include and what we do with our memberships. We had historically cast the net really wide and did not have very many restrictions at all. And I think we're evaluating that as an organization. And there will be some update as we go into the fall on on what's the I'm thinking about the what's the fable, the children's story, the too much, too little, and just right.
Goldilocks.
So go there you go. So I think there's a danger in having too many, especially if the engagement's not high. There's a danger in having too little, that you don't have enough diversity, and we're aiming to kind of go after that sweet spot. And I think collectively we've got some mechanisms that can help us.
We also want to look at things like coach content for those as we roll that out to
Right.
more coaches, waiting with that too. That's also a activity factor, and if people are interacting with your content, that should count for more
Exactly.
than, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, that kind
Yeah.
of thing too. So
Yeah.
it's not even just do you have a client, it's also there's other measures of activity that we want to include, or
Right.
interactivity that we want to include. To Chris's point, if he's posting a daily video and there's 100 people starring it and saying how great it is, that should count for something. Regardless of whether you have a client or not, as an example.
hmm.
So that
On that, kind of a little bit of a diversion from it, but it's about the directory. Is at the moment you can only really be on one habit, where it's exercise, but I also do diet and also do wellness.
We're working
So,
on it, Chris. We're
okay,
working
cool.
on it.
All
I
right,
mean, let
cool.
us take
All
a
right.
stab at that and come back to you in a couple weeks with something to look at.
Yeah.
that's definitely on the list.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
I mean,
And again, that is actually connected to coach content too, because some of the content we produce potentially could go in more than one habit, and right now it doesn't do that. And so it's those are interconnected, if that makes sense, because if you're doing a diet thing, well, it might need to go, if you're talking about how diet and exercise are related, well, it could
Yeah.
go in both of those. It's not a one or the other. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
Just
interconnected.
just to be clear, and I feel that Chris feels the same way, is that we do have a lot of feedback. We love the progress that's happening right now. We love the
Yes.
changes. We
Sorry.
love
Yeah.
we love what's going on right now. So
Correct. Yeah.
do give
It just all,
feedback to just to for the next steps. It's not that we're not, happy what we're seeing
Oh
now.
yeah.
But just to make sure that you do understand is that we are very happy what's
yeah.
going on right now.
We get 1 hour a week to give you feedback. So
Yeah.
No, it's good.
but
And
also
we love the
yeah,
feedback and the engagement. I think Pedro and I
because
and Scott
yeah,
all receive
because
it with love, you know.
if we didn't care, we wouldn't give you feedback.
Right,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
right,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
right.
And if you weren't seeing things that were progress, you would stop giving
Yeah.
feedback.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, other Chris, we get together every Wednesday at this time in Coach Mastermind. Um, if you're interested in that, let us know. And other coaches, if you're watching this recording and this feels like something you want to be a part of, and you've got opinions, it would be a great time to get involved. We are reinventing. I would say over this next 6 months, we will reinvent how we take the best of what's worked in the past, what tools and opportunities are emerging now, and use that to shape the future of the platform and community. And so right now, I would say if you're aligned in values, there's an open invitation in doing that to you and to other coaches watching this that would like to get involved. Same time, same place each week, where we riff on the platform, on the philosophy of coaching, on really all kinds of fun things. And they didn't get to introduce themselves, but Chris is from England and Erno is from the Netherlands. So we've got quite a broad geographic group as well.
Yeah. And Kendra won't always do a video call in her limousine. She sometimes does it in the office as well.
I'm on vacation and I enjoy this so much that this is
Your driver is very quiet, by the way.
She
yeah,
has
I'm my
discovered
driver. Yeah.
she has discovered that part of Tennessee is on Eastern time and part of Tennessee is on Central time. She
Yes.
crossed into Eastern time, and I'm like, yeah, you're about as far
30
west
minutes.
as you can get.
Yeah, I'm 30 minutes from Central Time, and I will be there soon. But yes, it was a little bit of a time adventure this week for me.
It is weird whenever you're right on the other side of a time zone. It's always a little bit of an experience because it's like, wait a minute, you know.
Yes, I have been.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately,
it is proof that time zone lines are completely arbitrary. They just draw them somewhere.
yes,
there's no rhyme or reason.
yes. All right. Well, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the incredible conversation. We'll get this recording out, obviously, so other folks can be updated. And hopefully it just continues the week over week progress in what we're doing. And I feel very invigorated, very excited. It's been a multi-year journey to get to this point, and it feels like where the train is picking up steam. So I appreciate each of you that are here on the journey with us. All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.